Altrincham, you hadn't scored in your 3 games, and for one of the league's top scorers going into today, that was quite unusual.
It was, yeah. There was 2 games where we hadn't scored away from home, and then we obviously failed to score against Torquay, so it was 3 in a row. But I wasn't concerned at all. Other than the Boreham Wood game, which was a bit of a stalemate, we created chances in the other 2. And like you say, we're one of the highest goal scorers in the league, so there's no real concern to me.
Do you feel that where you are outside the playoffs, there's a conceivable chance that you can make it into the top 7?
Yeah, certainly. I think there's probably 5 or 6 of us battling for a couple of places now, and we know the teams up and around it. It's some massive teams, and you know, great respect, brought in some good players recently as well, so we know it's going to be tough, but we believe we've got 8 games to go, and we're going to give it a right good go. We've been in there, slipped out of it, gone back in again, and now we're just outside it, but we're very close. You know, a good result today will put us right in amongst it again.
And when you were top of the league for that run of weeks, did you feel like it affected you pressure-wise? Do you feel like you was consistent in your performances?
Yeah, I felt we were consistent in our performances and consistent in our message. It's an old cliche, but it is literally all we can do is one game at a time. The games have obviously come for everybody thick and fast. So it was dust yourselves down after a win, a draw, a defeat, whatever, just on to the next game, and we're no different right now.
Your record against top 7 opponents here at Silver Lakes has been particularly good this season, hasn't it?
Yeah, look, we feel like, I don't know why, but we've competed and done really well against the top teams, and then some of the results we've had against the lower teams we've not been quite pleased with, but that's just the nature of this league. You know, every game's really tough, but listen, massive respect for the job Sutton are doing. Talk about them big clubs in and around it and the spending power they got. I don't put Sutton in that bracket. I think it's been hard recruitment, hard work, very up and at 'em team, high tempo, and that's credit to their management team and the players that they've got as well.
If you do go top, is there a psychological advantage being on top of the pile?
I suppose when you get into this end of the season, you want to be there, don't you, with the games into the single figures now. So, yeah, we're 8 games to go after today, and if we can beat up tonight, it'd be great.
Matt Gray and Ben Strevens, and obviously Ben making a name for himself as a young manager, former striker, but he's right what he says about Matt Gray, who obviously had not a difficult task, but it was big shoes to fill after Doswell's departure, and he's done an excellent job, man.
He's done magnificently well. It's very difficult for a manager, if you take a group of players to maybe get in the playoffs, that's one thing.
Yeah.
To then go and win a league title with that same group of players, with the mindset that you set at the start of the season, takes it on to a different level. And I think he wants to get these games in hand out the way, to be top of the table with all the games played, to be on an equal playing field. But in terms of the job that he's done, it's been absolutely magnificent. What I will say about Sutton, over the years that I've been covering them, have been a real credit from the chairman, from that FA Cup run, the players that they've signed. Paul Doswell takes a massive amount of credit for everything.
Agreed.
It's a really well-run football club, and they deserve everything that they get.
No, indeed, and again, as Ben says, there's been some pretty big spending clubs around them. Eastleigh in seasons past, not necessarily the years that Ben's been in charge, but they've had big budgets in years gone by. So Sutton, in their quiet, unassuming way, have done terrifically well, but he and we will find out more about his team in the next few weeks. The pressure will come now, won't it? Particularly if they go top tonight.
But these are the games you want to play in as a player. You don't want to be playing mid-table today with nothing to play for. If you want to go higher, which all these players want to do, either with their respective clubs or individually, I look at the likes of Buterman today, I look at the likes of Ben House. How can you stand out as an individual? Because if you stand out as an individual, your team will certainly credit from that. And it's a real key test for them today that they've got a later kickoff. Eastleigh got a good chance of kind of climbing back into the playoff picture, and Sutton have got a real good chance. But it's a great game on paper. But this is a game that Sutton really need to win to keep that pressure on.
Yeah, players just emerging, certainly Sutton emerging. I think Eastleigh already out. Craig Eastman leaving them out, who of course has played at the highest level, so he'll be a voice of experience for his team. And yeah, obviously the joys of having Vergs alongside me this evening means we get the dulcet tones of Kevin Davis in the commentary box alongside our stalwarts with the mic. Adam Somerton. Evening, Adam.
Evening, Matt. Evening, everyone. So in a week dominated by Super League fallout, this almost the antidote. The same sport but worlds apart. Some might say purer, more grounded, less greedy. Don't mistake that for a lack of ambition, though. Far from it, these two sides are eager to take the next step. Non-league clubs, their entire histories, Eastleigh and Sutton each chasing a first Football League promotion. The Spitfires outsiders, Sutton among the front runners. Neither has much wriggle room. Ben Strevens has made one change to the Eastleigh 11 that began their 1-0 win at Notts County. And it looks an attack-minded side. Midfielder Danny Hollands drops out of the 16 with his place in the starting lineup taken by a forward Tyrone Barnett, who has 8 National League goals this season, with the last 4 all coming at home. Alex Winter is among the subs and will hope to make a welcome return from injury. He's not played since January's reverse fixture. Well, Sutton come to Hampshire hoping to regain top spots, and this Matt Gray's 11. One change to the side that began their 4-0 win at Altrincham. Ben Goodliff went off injured in that game and is replaced by Kobe Rowe, who's making his first start since suffering a kidney problem back in October, which required him to spend a week in intensive care. Alongside me today, as Matt says, a former Premier League centre-forward in Kevin Davis, and you picked out a couple of front men for us to keep an eye on today, Kev.
Yeah, good evening. I think the man in that picture there, Ben House, it's a big game for him. I think Ben Strevens was really keen to get him in last summer and he's repaid him. He's had a fantastic season so far. Offers something different to Tyrone Barnett and Adam Marriott, but he's having a great season. Left foot, right foot, great movement, and he can create goals out of nothing as well. Yeah, and this is Donovan Wilson as well. Brought him in from Bath, and I was speaking to Jerry Gill recently. Be surprised if he's not playing in the league next season. Come in and scored 4 goals in his 3 starts so far. Play on the shoulder, good finisher, full of confidence, so looking forward to this one.
And it's a beautiful day in Eastleigh as well. Temperatures a little under 20 degrees this afternoon. Sutton, one of the most famous names in non-league. Their various cup exploits over the years have made sure of that. But how they'd love a crack at the Football League, the U's right in the thick of the title race. Eastleigh are also hoping for a first ever shot at the EFL. And they're in what's an incredibly competitive race for the top 7. You can't take your eyes off this promotion race, Kev, as we've seen even with the results today. It's so hard to predict, isn't it?
Certainly has been another dramatic day in the National League, so all to play for. You look at the table, the top half, all feel they've still got an outside chance of getting into those playoff positions. Very competitive, and it's going to be an exciting finish to the National League once again.
It goes here to House, who scored a lovely goal away against Notts County last weekend. Now Smart. Partington. Sure, come through here to the former Australian youth international, Dean Bouzanis. He's kept clean sheets in 3 of his last 4 games. Wilson looking for the run here of Ajiboye. There is a lot of pace down the 2 flanks for Sutton United today, and they've just made the one change, as I say, to the side that started that impressive win at Altrincham.
Yeah, we see Olafe playing on this left-hand side, more accustomed to seeing him playing up top. Had a really good season on loan from Millwall. Like you say, Ajiboye on that right-hand side, Show Silver up top, and with Wilson running off, plenty of danger men up there for Sutton.
Well, we should say congratulations to Ben Strevens, who signed a new 2-year contract on Tuesday. He's been at Eastleigh since November 2018. That's a long-standing manager these days, isn't it?
It certainly is, but I think we see both these managers both being rewarded with new contracts. Both had really good seasons so far, lots to play for still, lots of drama, but from where they both finished last season to where they both are now, well done to both of those two.
The achievements of Matt Gray and indeed his assistant Jason Goodliff, who also deserves a mention. Even more impressive when you consider this is Matt's first head coach role. Could he be the first manager to take the U's up to the Football League? What an achievement that would be. Talk about writing yourself into club folklore. But a long way still to go, as he's pointed out to Jeff Brazier ahead of this game. John got it clear. John there again for Sutton United. Headed out of play by Kavanagh Miley.
Yeah, you see the way that Eastleigh is shaping up. Looks like Ben House is just going to play in behind Tyrone Barnett and Adam Marriott. It's like a 3-4-3 sort of formation.
Chances taken by Louis John. Of course, has formed a an excellent partnership with Ben Goodliff this season, but Kobe Rowe alongside him today.
Yeah, it's a big game for Kobe Rowe. It's been so solid back there with Goodliff and Louis Jean, been outstanding at the back, the pair of them, as of all the back four and the goalkeeper. So I think Ben Strevens and his staff will be saying to the likes of Barnett and House, go and play up against him. He's not played much football.
Yeah, great to see Kobe Rowe back playing again, having suffered with that kidney problem that kept him out from the end of October. I think I mentioned he had a period of time, about a week in intensive care as well. Returned as a substitute last weekend, but in from the start today, Kobe Rowe, and it's really good to see. I know it's given as if they needed a boost really in their position, but from the way Matt Gray was talking about Kobe Rowe's return to the squad, it's the players a lift as well to see a teammate return.
Yeah, and Kenny Davis back on the bench as well. He's been outstanding in there alongside Craig Eastman, so pretty much a full squad to pick for. Hopefully Goodliff's not too serious because he's been key to them this season, but this is a good start to the game so far.
Just took a deflection. Be the first corner of the game then, with just under 5 minutes gone in the Sun in Eastleigh. The weeks passing by, the game's running out, the pressure growing. National League continues to keep us guessing though, and this another game where it's tough to know quite what to expect. Rowe keeping a close eye on Barnett, and it's Payne who sends it in there for the Spitfires. Defended by Olafe. Miley, who was sent off in the reverse fixture with the score at 0-0, went on to lose it 3-0. Eastleigh, he'll be keen to have a good game today. Partington gets it back again off Smart. Marriott. Comes across here to Michael Green, who puts the early ball in there. And Smart hit it early and it's deflected. And it's just about stayed out. What a let-off that is for Sutton. Louis John then put his head on it. And Payne struck it, and it's off target. But goodness me, how close the Spitfires came to the opener there.
Yeah, done really well. They've recycled the set piece and they're getting those second balls. Not the best header there. I think it's Beautyman who slips, and then Green with a nice lofted ball in. See John with a header, falls to Smart, hits it first time, so ricochet off Eastman, then onto the post, and there was Marriott trying to sniff around, and with a diving header, Sutton just about get away with it. It's nearly an own goal there, wasn't it?
It came off Harry Beautyman, who's their joint top scorer in all competitions this season. Very nearly found the back of his own net there, Beautyman. There's plenty of onus on Eastleigh here, Kevin, when you consider that they're just outside of the playoff zone. They have home advantage today. They'll be keen to build on that big win they got at Notts County last weekend, and they've started pretty well.
Yeah, certainly have. So been on the front foot. Got a good record here at home, and as Ben was saying before the game, love playing against the big teams as well.
Marriott has found Smart. Smart shot, and it took a deflection. And Buzanis managed to get to it, but again, Eastleigh looked threatening.
Yeah, then not dealing with the first header. There's Barnett, making it difficult, and ball eventually finds it out to this right-hand side. Smart 1v1. It's a cross-come shot, another deflection. There's Marriott, inches away. Making any kind of contact there, he scores.
Just didn't quite have the height to get to that, did he? Adam Marriott, recent arrival from Kings Lynn, where he had been on furlough. Adam Marriott, his last appearance for Kings Lynn was on the 27th of February, but makes his second league start today for his new club. And he's a proven goal scorer, really, in non-league football. He was the top scorer in the 6th tier last season with Kings Lynn as they got promoted from National League North.
Yeah, he's a good player. It's a good addition to the squad for Ben Strevens, just gives him that goal threat, and like we've seen already in this 8-9 minutes, he's in and around those areas, sniffing around, trying to get those little goals.
Got 65 goals in 99 appearances for Kings Lynn. The club a real legend, really. Was with Norwich as a youngster, which of course is very close to Kings Lynn.
Yeah, I'm sure he'll be relishing the opportunity as well. Tyrone Barnett back in the team from injury. Could be crucial for Eastleigh going into these remaining 8 games.
Were you surprised how attacking a lineup he's picked today, Ben Strevens, bearing in mind the opposition?
Yeah, he really has, hasn't he? Whether that's down to Danny Holland's been injured, he's certainly gone with an attacking formation, and I say it's paid off in his opening 9 minutes.
Sutton in the much the better position of these two sides in the table, 16 points above Eastleigh and going for the title. Eastleigh hoping to finish in the top 7 and go up via the playoffs. All to play for in the National League. Barden with the throw-in. It's met by Boyce. They'll try again here, Sutton. That time it came off Jack Payne, and it'll be the U's first corner kick of the game.
Yeah, this is really where Eastleigh have got to concentrate. They know how good Sutton are from set pieces, long throws, free kicks, corners. Have to be switched on here.
The two centre-halves forward then, Rowe and John. So Beautyman takes it. Barnett back defending there for the Spitfires. Useful player to bring back in those situations as Eastman plays it forwards. And hit on the turn. Now Kobe Rowe. I thought he really did give a sense of calm, didn't he, in his pre-match interview, Matt Gray. Kevin, as a player in the situation they find themselves in, with the pressure on, going for the title, when your manager exudes that sort of calm, it must help the players.
I think it is. It's a bit of realisation from the manager downwards. I'm sure inside he'll be really feeling it and be desperate to try and get over the line, because they've had a fantastic season so far. Had a little wobble, yes, but still got good results, as he said, on the road. And I think coming here, I think he'd take a point.
Says his sides are the hardest working and the most organised in the National League, Matt Gray. It's hard to argue with that assertion, really, when you see how they've played this season, how they've got their points, why they are where they are.
Yeah, there's nothing fancy about this Sutton team. Everybody knows this style of play, 4-4-2. They're very well organised, best defensive record, and they're built on those foundations. And, as you said, the recruitment and those players in those forward areas, they've got goals right throughout this team.
Beautyman won the header. Chance now perhaps for Eastleigh to build with Sam Smart. Marriott brought that down beautifully and then holds off Eastman. Cavan and Miley with the ball looking for Smart. He's picked him out superbly well. Smart tried the cross. It was Milsom who challenged Smart, and he's been hurt here, the Eastleigh man.
Yes, it's a wonderful switch of play here from Miley, I think it is, and see Sam Smart gets the first touch into the box. It's a little bit clumsy here from Robert Milsom. Certainly contact. I think that's one of those that's certainly given outside the box. Certainly contact there.
Still struggling a bit here, Sam Smart, who's an England C international. He's had trials at league clubs like Sheffield Wednesday and Sunderland in the past. So they're down to 10 temporarily here, Eastleigh, as Smart continues to receive treatment. As clearance is sliced by Milson. House. Supported by Partington. Early cross in there from him, but too close to Bouzanis.
Yeah, just 1 or 2 signs from Sutton. A little bit nervy back there. Whether that's the change with Goodliff coming out of the team. They've been so solid all season. Eastleigh certainly trying to prey on those little mistakes that are creeping in, and is that down to the pressure? Torquay scoring late and ramping up the pressure on them.
Wilson, who's had quite the impact since arriving at Sutton recently. 4 goals in 8 league games for him so far. Adjiboye with the ball into the box. He was cleared by Payne. Miley. Again, he looks for the run of Smart. It's like Milson could have his hands full with Smart today. There's a foul there as well by the Sutton fullback. Causing problems, Smart.
Yeah, it's good play once again. It's been a good outlet so far. Looks like he fancies his chances there up against Robert Milson. Not much going on there. Linesman, assistant linesman, just gives a free kick there.
Jack Payne to take this. He's played more minutes in the National League than any other Eastleigh player this season. Almost a quarter of an hour gone. That's a great ball in. It was such an inviting cross, that. Barnett just couldn't apply a significant enough touch, but what a ball in that was.
Oh, it's one thing guaranteed from Jack Payne, good delivery. And you see there, Tyrone Barney gets up early, inches away.
Be tight this. Both these sides have kept clean sheets in 3 of their last 4 games, but I think, as Kevin's already mentioned, and he'd know, no lack of firepower in these squads. Plenty of potential match winners out there. Milson. They with a chance to cross, and into the box it went, and goalkeeper Joe McDonnell was alive to the danger.
Yeah, it's the first signs we've seen of Lafayette getting 1v1 here. Sam Smart. Great pace, great burst of energy, decent ball in. And there's Joe McDonnell just to gather it up. He's had a fantastic season in goal for Eastleigh as well. Dives at the feet of Wilson.
I've predominantly seen a Lafayette who's on loan from Millwall, playing through the middle this season up front for Sutton, but new position on the left. He was effective there in that 4-0 win at Altrincham last weekend. Partington. Miley. Smart, again getting on the ball and whipping over a cross, which is played well by Dubuzanis, who looks to set off Adjiboye. He's in a race with that for House, and he's won that race, and he's got support in the shape of Show Silver. Wilson's in there as well. Just wide from Toby Show Silver. What a fast-flowing move that was from Sutton. 2 players down here. Show Silver quickly back to his feet, but Eastleigh still have a man down here. But that was such a swift counter-attack from the U's.
Yeah, it shows you exactly what they can do on the break. Show Silver, this is a great ball. It's just a little bit heavy, that touch there. I think is it Ben House who's back there? What an important tackle that was from him.
Still requiring a bit of treatment here as Sutton ready the corner kick. Was real dedication to the cause, that, wasn't it, from one of the forwards, Ben House, to race back as he did.
Yeah, you can just see him playing that just behind the 2 strikers there. I'd just like to see him break into the box a little bit more. When that cross came in, he was 5-10 yards outside the box, and then found himself tracking all the way back and makes a crucial interception. You see him there, can't quite keep up with Adjiboye. It's a really good pass here. I think, can he take it first time there? Show Silver takes the touch a little bit heavy, and that just allows Ben House to come in and just do enough to put him off, and the follow through there from Show Silver just caused a little bit of injury to Ben House, but great play from him. Just looks like a little head injury there.
Yeah, it does look a sore on that, doesn't it? he doesn't look that impressed with having that put on his head, does he? High praise for Ben House from Adam Virgo before the game. Kevin, I know he's someone you've watched quite closely as well, isn't he, Ben House? What do you make of him? Adam saying he could go right up to the Football League. I think he said League One, didn't he?
I think he can. I think if he carries on the way he's going, I think he'll certainly have interest from the EFL. Like I say, he's got a little bit of everything. He works hard. He can turn nothing into something. He harries and harasses defenders and puts them off, and then he can get in and he can finish in there. He's a really good finisher as well.
He's the top scorer for Eastleigh in all competitions this season with 10. They've won all 7 National League games in which he scored this season, including last weekend at Meadow Lane against Notts County. The patch-up job done.
Yeah, as I said before the game, Ben Strevens was really desperate to get him in. He's chased him all summer. He's been a great signing for them.
So they have to defend this corner here. Eastleigh with 10 men, with House having had to go off. Adjiboy looking to keep it going as Eastleigh looked to get House back on. The cross was deflected and a good claim by McDonald. Like his opposite number at the other end of the pitch, Bouzanis, Joe McDonald's also kept 3 clean sheets in his last 4 games. Although we haven't had the breakthrough yet here today, it's been an entertaining first 20 minutes.
Yeah, I know it's still 0-0, but I was expecting it to be a little bit tighter. It's had a good flow to the game, end to end. I think Sutton had to weather the storm in the first 5 or 10 minutes, and now it's just settled into a really good contest.
So Jack Payne will take this. High line from Sutton, now they all drop in. Smart. But under pressure here by Wilson, who's nicked it off it. Being supported by Olafe. Well played by Michael Green.
Yeah, good covering from Michael Green. Sense the danger there. So Donovan Wilson 1v1 against Smart and just put the cover on. Used his body really well.
Next header down looking for House. Wilson gets it clear. Referee today, James Durkin. He's taken charge of 13 National League matches this season. He's shown 61 yellow cards. He is the son of the former Premier League referee Paul Durkin, who I'm quite sure showed Kevin Davis a yellow card or 2.
Yes, I'm sure he did. There was plenty along the way.
You were telling me before this game you were only sent off 3 times. I could have sworn it was more than that.
No, only 3. 99 yellow cards in the Premier League, believe it or not.
How could you retire on 99?
Oh, we got relegated at Stoke, so I didn't have much choice.
In it goes. It was a good defensive header again there. Barnett, who they pulled back for the set pieces. Adjiboy going down, but Wilson will send it long here for the use.
Yeah, I think it's huge that Tyrone Barnett's back, as we've seen there, not only for his work that he does in those forward areas, but defensively his quality as well.
Once £1 million player. And he went from Crawley to Peterborough in January of 2012, almost a decade ago now. Beautyman. They've not really got on the ball too much as yet, Sutton. And he does get on it, can be such a creative force, as House will chase this, but it's through to Dean Bouzanis. And the toughest team to beat in the National League this season. They've only lost 5 times. It's Eastleigh who've come closest so far this evening to breaking the deadlock. Beautyman. Well, Lafay appealed wide, and he's found here by Nilsson. Played by the experienced Partington. A long throw in then from Nilsson. He's got great distance on that. Came out to Eastman. Green allows it to go behind. Well, in all this talk this week about a Super League and discussion about greed in football, the story of Clive Baxter, who's in the background there, really is something of an antidote, the sort of story you want to hear after a week like this, as he's attending to his duties now. Started working for Sutton as a T-boy at the age of 10. He's 69 now, the kit man. He's only missed half a dozen games, apparently, in 59 years. Works for free, and he's regularly seen as well, I'm told, in the middle of all the players dancing to Freed From Desire in the dressing room. That's what they do every time they win a match, Sutton, and he gets right in the middle of it all, Kev.
Yeah, I bet he's tired after this season, the amount of wins they've had. So, listen, that's what football's all about, the characters within these kind of clubs, and, you know, it's what makes the game so special, really, and I'm sure there'll be no one more happy than him if they do manage to get that automatic promotion this year.
Yeah, well done to Clive Baxter. That is some dedication, isn't it? Nearly 60 years volunteering for Sutton. Change required then. It's Ryan Hill who's going to be coming on, was signed from Hampton and Richmond in October. He was with Stoke City as a youngster, was a regular in their under-23s at House. He's certainly been in the wars, hasn't he? This afternoon, he's going to have to make way here, and that's a real blow to lose House, who is their top scorer in all competitions, got the winner against Notts County last weekend, and somebody that both you and Adam Virgo have picked out to keep an eye on today, Kevin.
Yeah, it's a big blow for the home team. I say he's bright, and we've seen there just the collision he had. He was, you know, busting a gut for the team, really, and he's got himself injured, but it's an opportunity now for Ryan Hill to come on. He's more of an orthodox winger. I expect him to just go into that little 10 roll, try and get in those pockets of space, and he's certainly capable of creating things for Eastleigh, so disappointment for them, but a good opportunity for Ryan Hill to come on.
Yeah, he's quite versatile, Hill. Can play central midfield or on either side of either flank, as Marriott looks to get onto that flick on. Partington. Great ball that. Intercepted by Eastman. Lifted forward by Green. Bounced off Marriott. Miley.
Yeah, I think Matt Gray will just be slightly concerned there. We see Jack Payne picking up the ball, and there's no one within 10 or 15 yards of him. And we're used to seeing the likes of Eastman and Kenny Davis really getting up against teams and getting in the faces and pressurising. Maybe they've just decided to step off a little bit and then allow Eastleigh to come on them.
Smart. Payne. It's blocked by Eastman, who worked so hard in that midfield, and Beautyman got his head to that. Show Silver making the run, covering defender is Boyce. Out came McDonald. Ajiboy now with a chance to stretch his legs. Another good run by Ajiboy, commits defenders, gets his side up the pitch so effectively as well. Ajiboy again. As he caught there, the referee had a great view of it and felt not. Flicked on by Show Silver, and Wilson bursts into the box. He was always stretching for that. It was brave from the goalkeeper, Joe McDonnell. But it's the Sutton man who's come off the worst here, but good play that by Sutton.
Yeah, it was. And I think we know how dangerous they can be on this counter-attack. It's just a ball that's helped on there. Show Silver with a knock-on. Donovan Wilson goes in again. Very brave goalkeeping from Joe McDonnell. Comes out, spreads himself, knows he's going to get injured, but actually Donovan Wilson just catching him. I think he's just fallen back on his shoulder there. Should be okay.
Has scored every time he started for Sutton United, Donovan Wilson. All away wins in his games as well. Has a 1-in-2 record for them since his arrival from Bath City on loan in March. Looks a talent. He's with Bristol Rovers and spent some time at Wolves as well. In fact, 3 years at Wolves. He knows Ben Goodliffe and Will Randall, Aaron Simpson from playing at Wolves. Made 3 first-team appearances for them. Got good pedigree.
Yeah, he's certainly catching the attention of 1 or 2 scouts up and down the country, so he's made a real good impact coming in here, full of confidence. So you've got to keep an eye on him, he's lively.
Showing it again here. It's put behind by Partington for a corner. Shade over half an hour gone as again Rowe and John come forwards. Have defended very well at home this season, the Spitfires. In fact, no National League sides conceded fewer goals at home than Eastleigh. Just 12 all season. They're goal under threat here though. Met by Miley at the near post. Did find Altrincham really easy to break down last weekend, winning by 4 goals to 0. Burnley got them back on track. Gone 4 National League matches without a win before that, although 3 of them were draws, as Matt Gray would point out. Good draws, good points in his opinion as well. Not quite the intensity about Eastleigh that we saw in the early stages, Kevin.
No, the game's just settled down a bit, hasn't it? And I think Sutton said they expect always going away from home to a tough place to come under pressure early on, but they're just really growing into this game now. It's a chance.
Boy is done brilliantly again there. What a run into the box that was. You wouldn't believe he's gone 16 league games without a goal, Adjiboy, because every time he's got on the ball here, Kevin, he's looked a threat.
Oh, he has, yeah. You see, he cuts across, I think it's Bird there, and it's a little bit too easy, and he's just scared of giving away a penalty away from Miley there, and just can't quite keep the shot down. Encouraging signs from the away team, though.
Matt Gray's first signing, David Adjiboy. Spent time with Brighton as a youngster. Didn't make any senior appearances for Brighton, but certainly looks a good pick-up by Matt Gray.
Yeah, I think what promotion to the league does bring you, it gives you the opportunity to hold on to your better players as well. So it's just an added attraction. Big plans in place, obviously, if they do go up with the pitch and the club. There's a long way to go.
It would be such a shame in some ways that if Sutton were promoted, as Kevin says, they would have to tear up their artificial surface. I know it's not everybody's cup of tea, but from covering Sutton over many years in the National League, I've seen the great benefits it has to have that pitch for the local community. It's you'll even have situations where Matt Gray was doing a training session during, I think it was half-term, while the kids were off school, so they were using the pitch, and he had to ask their permission if he could work on patterns of play for 20 minutes, and demanded if the kids had 20 minutes break. But it's a great club for that, Sutton, in terms of what they do for the community.
Yeah, and I'm sure there'll be plans in place, I think, to build something around there. It's an important part of the community, lots of kids and teams up, around the area benefiting from that. So it will be a loss, but I'm sure they'll accept that if they do go up.
Something that Harrogate had to do as well after their promotion last season. And he will be keen to keep on the right side of James Durkin today, having been sent off in the reverse fixture between these sides. To beat one of the title chasers would really give Eastleigh's own promotion challenge a big boost. Sutton so hard to get the better of. They've only lost one of their last 16 league games. That was a narrow loss as well to Torquay earlier this month. Smart. Marriott, Smart, Marriott again, good feet from him. Somehow managed to keep hold of that Marriott, but then loses it to Milson. Partington. Hit first time by Smart. Barnett with the leap. Ajiboy. Barton makes the run outside as Ajiboy comes inside. Again, offering a threat, causing problems. Wilson lets it run across him. Eastman. Olafe up against Smart. Plenty forward here for the U's as Olafe had to go! It wasn't far away. Corner. Great effort that.
Yeah, it's good play once again. It's a poor pass here from Partington. Eastman picks it up, gets it out to Olafe. We've seen him a couple of times go down the line against Smart. This time he's looking to get on his right foot, shifts it, gets his head up, and this is a wonderful fingertip save from Joe McDonnell. Looks like it was creeping into that bottom corner.
And maybe showed there why he's got 3 clean sheets in 4 games. Great stop. Tyrone Barnett again, that defending. Marriott. Chance perhaps for Eastleigh to get forward, but Smart caught by Eastman.
You'll see that chance again here. Fancies his chances up against Sam Smart, pushing him the other way. That one's definitely creeping in. It's a wonderful save from Joe McDonnell. Moves his body and gets the slightest of touches just to take that one away.
Good play all round, wasn't it? Partington will take the free kick here for the Spitfires. Somebody with plenty of Football League experience, Partington, but has decided to walk away from this now, and it's Payne who will take it. That's when the header didn't quite roll for Boyce, who'd come forward. Pierce Bird with the header for the Spitfires. Eastleigh's form is so up and down, no real consistency at all. Their last 10 games have produced 3 wins, 3 draws and 4 defeats. Beautyman, Milson, Olafe, Beautyman, Wilson, Olafe again. Seems to be really enjoying this position on the left-hand side as Beautyman plays it in. What a big game we have for Chelsea's women tomorrow in the semi-finals of the Champions League. They go to Germany in the first leg of that tie. Our coverage begins at 3:30. Live Premier League game as well tomorrow. West Midlands derby, Aston Villa against relegation-threatened West Brom. Rowe goes back to Dean Bouzanis. Green's header, helped on its way by Miley. Rowe. Played by Bird. Now it comes across to Sam Smart. Partington. Forward from John. And the play it goes off Jack Payne. He played with his manager at Gillingham back in the 2012-2013 season, teammates with Ben Strevens. Boy. This time a ball into the box towards Show Silver, and the goalkeeper came a long way for that. Looks like Show Silver will be okay, but it was a lovely, inviting cross. That from Boy, who every time he gets on the ball, you think something's going to happen.
Yeah, it's a big decision here. Joe McDonnell decides to come. Like I say, if you're coming, you have to take the ball and take the player. So he doesn't get the ball. Boy just stands it up there. He's got to come a long way. Show Silver gets the first contact, and if that's glanced towards goal, it is a goal. He gets to everyone there, Joe McDonnell.
By Smart here then for Partington. Marriott, Partington. Hill. Partington was expecting Hill to carry on his run there.
Yeah, I think they've just struggled this last 5 or 10 minutes, Eastleigh. I think since the change has really affected them a little bit. Hill coming in, we've not managed to see him get on the ball and try and hurt Sutton so far. 4 minutes going into half-time.
He'd love his side to put together some sort of run of consistency. And Strevens haven't had back-to-back wins in the league since February. Barnett fired that across well here to Smart. His ball in. Marriott! Instinctive finish! Oh, that's a lovely goal from Eastleigh. Bouzanis beaten, and Adam Marriott has his first goal for the Spitfires. He could not have taken that any better.
Oh, it's a great time to score. We've seen this a couple of times already in this first half. Is he offside there on that far side? Tyrone Barnett, he looks like he's a good couple of yards off there, so get a little bit of luck there. He pings the ball out. It's a bit of a shank actually, but makes its way out to Sam Smart, and it's a lovely little pullback. Expecting Sam maybe to put this across the 6-yard back, but he pulls it back, and this is just a deft touch from Adam Marriott. Uses the pace on the ball, just guides it into that bottom corner. Bouzanis, no chance.
It's a proper centre-forwards finish, that, isn't it, from Marriott?
Yeah, no, they'll do him the world of good. So he's not played a lot of football over the last 2 or 3 months. He'll be a little bit rusty, but nothing better than scoring goals to get the confidence going.
Now, what will the reaction of Sutton be like? Had chances of their own in this first half. Milson. A chance to go top of the table, remember, today for the U's. Hartlepool not in action, and a draw for Torquay earlier against Notts on the south coast. John Barden. Barden's cross. Pierce Bird with the header clear. Milson. Olafe. Approaching the final minute of the first half. Olafe with the cross. And it came out to Beautyman. And it was Donovan Wilson with the shot on the turn. Been a good reaction this from Sutton. Really looking to put on some pressure at the end of the half. Beautyman's pass. The expectation is for 5 added minutes at the end of this first half. Of course, that accounting for the stoppage we had because of the injury to Ben House. Well, what a week ahead we have in terms of the Champions League. The semi-finals, both involving English clubs. Chelsea going to Real Madrid on Tuesday, 7 o'clock for that on BT Sport 2, and then the following night, Manchester City at Paris Saint-Germain. Again, a 7 o'clock start on BT Sport 2. 2 really mouth-watering ties for us to enjoy.
Yeah, it's an important period now for Eastleigh. 5 minutes, keep the concentration. One thing you know about Sutton, they will never give up, they'll keep going. Just got to keep their focus now going into half-time and get the boys in. It's been a good half for them.
They will be out maybe for a bit of revenge today. Eastleigh beaten 3-0 in the reverse fixture. Gray urging his side to keep going, keep asking questions of Eastleigh ahead of half-time. One thing he can never be any doubt about, Matt Gray, is that he'll get an honest, hard-working performance from all of his players. He's talked many times this season about the great team spirit that they have at Sutton, and they won't panic in this situation.
Well, like you say, weathered the storm in the first 10 to 15 minutes. They've really grown into the game. I think they're having their best period of the game when Eastleigh scored, but work to do. And like you say, they've got enough quality to stay in the game. They can score goals out of nothing.
He was at both Arsenal and Tottenham as a youngster, Matt Gray. 3 years he had at Spurs, the same youth side as Ledley King and Peter Crouch. He said he remembers Friday mornings. It was the first team against the youth team with George Graham as the referee. The header won by Barnett. He's won just about everything that's come near him in the air at both ends of the pitch so far today.
There's a crucial player. I'm sure Ben Strevens is only coming back from injury, so got to keep an eye on these players. We certainly want to keep Tyrone Barnett fit for the rest of the season. If it doesn't like Ben House is going to be missing for too long, more precaution I think with him. He's a big player for them.
Hill. Your first half reflections be, Kevin?
Yeah, it's been a really enjoyable game. Two good teams. I think we can see why both teams have been so solid this year. I think Eastleigh have defended really well. There's been a couple of good chances, a couple of good saves from McDonald. He's finally poised.
Barnett. Certainly is no doubt at which end of the pitch Eastleigh need to be doing better. Only 5 sides had scored fewer goals ahead of this weekend, but only 4 teams had a better defensive record. Are pretty solid at the back, and they've got something to protect now as well. Hill on the attack here, though, at the end of this first half. Keeper's come a long way, but comfortable take for Bouzanis. Barden. Ajiboy. Great wing play again here by Ajiboy. Can they create a chance at the end of the half? Or maybe it was on for him to play it into the box himself. Look for Barden.
Yeah, just tried a little disguised pass. He saw the run of Barden. Maybe took the wrong option there, but good opportunity from here. Sutton is so good at set pieces, so it's really crucial that Eastleigh stays switched on here.
Final minute of added time at the end of the half then. Can Sutton find an equaliser before the interval? It's Rob Milsom to take it. Net's header, and Olafe's there. And on the turn, it's an air shot. And now the counter could be on Marriott. To Smart. Richmond quick enough to get there for the use. Olafe.
That's another crucial header from Tyrone Barnett. It's 4 or 5 occasions now. Taking responsibility, getting the line of the ball. Fantastic.
Beautyman. Wilson beaten to that by Pierce Bird, who's had a good first half, the former Notts County player.
Yeah, he's done well, hasn't he? Had that little loan spell at Boston, but done well since coming back into the team, Bird.
Well, what a good first half that was to watch. Very entertaining. Adam Marriott with his first Eastleigh goal, breaking the deadlock. Player who was furloughed at Kings Lynn Town on the score sheet here for Ben Streven's side, who leads against the Sutton side, who have the opportunity today, remember, to go top of the pile. They're passing up that opportunity as it stands. We'll get the views of Adam Virgo with Matt Smith shortly, but at half-time here, it is Eastleigh 1, Sutton United 0. Yeah, big 45 minutes ahead this. Eastleigh looking to move to within just a point of the playoff places, and Sutton with the opportunity to, if they could turn this around, go top of the table. Pressure on, Kevin.
Yeah, and it's going to be that way from now to the end of the season for both these teams if they are to fulfil their ambitions and get into the playoffs and the automatic spots for Sutton. So that's what it's all about now. We're coming into the business end, and it's going to be a good second half, this one.
Intent already here from Sutton as Ajiboy sees a shot closed down. I have to say the football's been a good watch so far here at the Silver Lake Stadium today. The music at half-time pretty good as well. The credit to the PA announcer. We've had the Beatles, we've had Oasis, The Who, Ian Brown. I've been loving it. Olafe.
Yeah, you see him there. We've seen him get down the outside on a couple of occasions in that first half, but he just naturally wants to come in onto his right-hand foot. As we say, can be deadly, as we saw in that first half. Produced that great save from Joe McDonnell.
It's a bit of a odd quirk that the home side is unbeaten in all 8 National League fixtures between these two clubs. Eastleigh hoping that that's extended to 9 games today, and they find themselves in front at the start of this second half.
Yeah, well, you know, with Sutton, they'll keep coming, they'll keep knocking. 90, 95 minutes, if it stays like this, they'll be relentless. They'll create chances. We know they have the qualities. As Adam was saying at half-time, the wide area is very good, very dangerous.
Wilson, Ajiboy, Barden's a long way forward. Ajiboy. Ajiboy has another run and stands up a decent cross. And behind it goes for the first corner kick of the second half. You'll have noticed there the referee is struggling a little bit with the sun. It's going to be awkward this to defend this set piece with how the sun is. A couple of minutes gone in the second half then. John couldn't get anything on that. The goal scorer Marriott got it clear. Thumped into touch by Michael Green. Barden, Ajiboye, another good cross, just again a little bit too much on that, but there's real intent, and as you can see, that is the effect that the Sun's having. Great view that to illustrate the point.
Yeah, I think he got the assistance high in that first half, because clearly Tyrone was offside and he missed that one, but it's given them the lead.
By Andrew Boyce. So Eastleigh ready themselves for a long throw in from Milsom.
Yeah.
Return by Barnett.
They've defended them really well. Eastleigh getting first contacts on the ball and trying to get on those knockdowns as well. Boyce, Partington, Bird, Tyrone back there as well.
There was a push there that had been noted by the assistant. The referee allows play to go on. Milsom. Eastleigh will know that their home form will surely have to improve if they're to achieve a playoff place. They've only won one of their last 4 games here and have failed to score in the last 2. But have the leads and something to protect. Ajiboye, who's supported by Barden. Hit first time by Barden, who looked for Show Silva, and Eastman got to it first. And Beautyman got on the ball, and he looked for Eastman, who couldn't quite reach them.
It's a good attempt from Beautyman. So we've not seen an awful lot of him in an attacking sense in that first half. He just spots the run from his central midfield mate there, Eastman. Just wondered whether he could have slid in, taking it on the full. A really positive start from Sutton.
Recently made his 200th league appearance for Sutton. Craig Eastman in his 6th season with the club. He was talking recently about how they're the sort of club where you just aren't allowed egos. Says they don't have the resources as a club or the finance to be able to pander people to bow to requests from players. Really is a team effort with Matt Gray's team, and I don't just mean the players on the pitch either. Staff behind the scenes too. It's a type of environment that he's fostered. Of course, it's something that his predecessor Doswell, I should say. Green. Barnett. Miley. And what it would mean to the Sutton chairman, Bruce Elliott, if they could reach the Football League. He's been the chairman for 25 years, supported the club since he was a teenager. Even he concedes, Kevin, that they're punching well above their weight, as he put it. Says the target every season is 50 points.
Yeah, I think to say, well, they finished 15th last season. I mean, it's just been a remarkable turnaround, really. Lots of hard work, and I think Ben Strevens was saying before the game, they've had really good recruitment, the hard work, the scouting, the hours, trying to identify players.
Barden's cross in there.
He looks fairly calm, though, the chairman, didn't he?
Yeah.
I mean, he knows it's going to be in their hands. They're going to have a couple of games in hand, and that could be crucial. I think we're looking at the fixtures there. Is it Hartlepool second from last game away? It could be a really amazing finish to the season.
Yeah, that could be amazing, couldn't it? We'll see how tight it is by that point. Lots could happen, but I suppose from a neutral perspective, you look at that and you hope for a title decider there, don't you, potentially?
Well, he won't be. I'm pretty sure of that, but listen, I think it's going to be close. You know, they've got the quality, but dealing with that pressure, it's huge, and it's how they deal with that, really. It's going to be the difference.
Torquay as well will have a big say in all of that in terms of the title race. Even though they have dropped points today, they've Picked back up again recently, Gary Johnson's side, and he knows how to win this league. He's done it twice before. Wilson. Actually, boy, maybe got in his way a bit there. Here's Payne. Barnett. Smart goes beyond him. Partington. Started out with Bournemouth. Joe Partington. In fact, coaches at their academy these days. It's a UEFA B licence. Joe Silver it was who went to ground.
Yeah, he's been well marshalled, hasn't he, so far? He said the likes of Boyce and Partington, Bird back there. Not really had much of a sight so far.
Notice there, you might have noticed Jamie Collins as part of the backroom team these days at Sutton, of course, a former player of theirs. He might recall he scored that penalty against Leeds United in their famous FA Cup run. Well, he says he's something of a cheerleader these days, the club's biggest fan now. Jamie Collins, of course, formerly their captain, and he, as I say, Kevin, most people will remember that cup run that Sutton had, and what a big part he played in all of that.
Amazing. Listen, we've seen him before the game, during the warmth as well. Big character. Great to have characters around the place, you know. And people like that, they're going to be important. The staff are going to play their part in this run-in. Both teams, it's crucial.
We know Adam Virgo likes to give a centre-half man of the match. I can remember him giving a few to Jamie Collins. You can't do that today, Virgs. He's not on the pitch. Barton with the pass. Adjiboy. So 10 gone in this second half in the Sun in Hampshire as Barton sends it in long, but dealt with by Eastleigh again at the back. They've repelled a lot of what's been thrown at them so far. It's can they keep it going is the question there. Will be a considerable threat, you would imagine, from Sutton in this second half, with that incentive of the chance to go top. Hill. Apologies for any swearing you might have heard there. I think they wanted it crossed. Here's Green. Barnett. Miley. Barnett. Partington. Smart sends one in towards Marriott. What a good ball that was. Heck of a cross that from Smart. Almost deserved a goal. It was into such a dangerous area. He's having a good game.
Yeah, I think he just took everyone a little bit by surprise. Not expecting him to cross it so early. He caught that back four napping, and I think if Marriott gambles there, he might be looking at getting another goal. You see it back here. Partington gets the ball out. He just takes a touch and he just whips it in. He's offside again there, isn't he, Marriott? So I think if he does score, he would have been offside.
Green. Too much on it for Barnett. Smart will try and keep it going. Just too much on that. Eastleigh's last home win against Halifax on the 20th of March. Tyrone Barnett, the only goal, as Sutton suggests that they were prevented from taking their free kick quickly, and a yellow card is going to be shown as a result of that by the referee, James Durkin. Payne it was who prevented the kick being taken quickly. Comes out here to Ajiboye, thought he might hit that first time, and the chance is gone. Didn't look on that for him to hit it early.
There's good play from Miley. So they're winning those first contacts, but they're also getting onto those second balls as well.
Partington. Kobe Rowe got it clear for the use. Aaron Simpson is going to be coming on shortly here for Sutton. Just 2 away defeats in the league all season for Sutton. Can they find a way back into this? Milson. To go back to the 30th of January for the most recent of those 2 away defeats. That was by a goal to nil at Hartlepool. No National League sides lost fewer away games this season. Great challenge that by Green on Ajiboye. One for Barnett to chase here. Looked like that, gone out, I have to say. Could be a chance here, though, for Hill. He squared it brilliantly for Marriott. What a save. Positioning was excellent there from Buzanis. Should be 2-0 to the Spitfires.
Yeah, again, Sutton complaining about the ball going out. Old cliche plays to the whistle, but Barnett just plays a lovely ball. Have a look at this here. Does all the ball go out? Oh, it looks close, doesn't it? It's hard to say. But everyone stops. Look, you see Eastman stopping, and Hill makes the run off the back of Eastman there, and he should be scoring here. It's far too casual there, Adam Marriott. Possibly thinking something was going to be pulled back, but he's got to put that one away.
Well, with an hour gone, that is a tremendous chance to double Eastleigh's lead, and a striker who scored with the regularity that he has in non-league football, you would fully have expected him to bury that, Marriott.
Yeah, it's too casual. It's a great opportunity. He's got to score.
They could threaten again here, though. Eastleigh, plenty of movement in the box. Slipped by Barnett, who was quickly back to his feet as it comes towards Andrew Boyce. Ajiboye. Miley had to be careful, he didn't catch him, and sliced well wide from Ajiboye.
He's been the main outlet, hasn't he, this second half, Ajiboye, down this right-hand side. See Miley down at the moment.
Still shaking his head, isn't he? He knows.
They're the ones that really hurt. It looks like, I mean, looks like most of the ball's out there, doesn't it? But the linesman, is it the Sun again? We don't know. Sun's certainly switched off, and he's got to score here, just around the penalty spot. He'll be really disappointed, though, that with strikers, they stay in your mind for 1 or 2, 3, 4, 5 minutes. You've got to try and get rid of them. But he's got to do better. Good save from Buzanis, but got to score.
No Danny Hollands today for Eastleigh. Always a loss when he's not available in their midfield. His 4th season with the club now, really talented player. Originally came through the youth ranks at Chelsea, I recall, Danny Hollands. I always remember doing a game with Vergs and I said his nickname's Dutch, you know, and Vergs looked at me blankly and said, "Why's that then?"
There's no surprise there, is there? I think he'll be obviously gutted not to be playing. It's hoping nothing too serious, but these are the games coming towards the end of the season against title contenders you want to be playing in as a player.
It's a good ball that. Barden's a long way forward. He's got options in the middle, and it's well cut out again. Barden first to the loose ball and then the foul. Just a little, maybe too eager to win that back.
Yeah, I think Ben Strevens will just be a little bit concerned about this right-hand side. You see there, shoving the back there from Barden on Hill. But they're getting a bit of a joy down this right-hand side, particularly with Ajiboye. Barden likes to overlap as well. Starting to find it a little bit difficult out there, Green and Miley.
Sutton are potentially only 2 games short of equaling their best run without an away defeat at this level. 9 without losing on their travels. The club record is in the 5th tier is 11. That was set in 1987. They're still trailing here as Eastleigh look for a second. Barnett with the ball in. Hit on the volley by Ryan Hill. That time it was adjudged to have gone out of play.
He's had a good game, hasn't he? See him there, he's just pulling onto the shoulder of Barden. It's a wonderful first touch here. Managed to get his left foot on it, and there's Hill arriving. Another tight call.
So Omar Bouguil brought on here by Matt Gray. And it's Show Silva who's made way, a straight swap effectively up front. He was, as Wilson gets on the ball. Good challenge that by Beautyman, and Eastman gets involved as well. Milson. Olafe, plenty of firepower on the pitch here for Sutton.
Yeah, almost playing the back 5 now, aren't they? Smart and Green getting deeper and deeper. 25 minutes to go. Olafe struggled to get into the game this second half. Most of the play coming down this right-hand side.
It goes from Milson, flicked on by Bouguil. It was 50-50 fitness-wise. Matt Gray was saying Omar Bouguil for the win at Altrincham last weekend. They decided not to risk him. But on from the bench with 25 to go here.
Yeah, he does a similar job to Tyrone Barnett, doesn't he? Doesn't score as many goals, but he's played his part this season, that's for sure.
He's a Lebanese international, Omar Bouguil. He was talking recently about when he played for Lebanon against North Korea. He said he actually enjoyed playing in North Korea. He would like to go back again. The only thing he complained about was he said it was $20 for a 5-minute chat on the phones back home.
Has he got that unlimited data then, has he? But he offers a different threat, doesn't he? Again, on the shoulder, he's a handful. That back 3, they've been solid so far for Eastleigh. Got to keep that focus.
Hill forced backwards. Sutton get the decision. Again, our apologies for any swearing you might have heard. Rather launched that by Bird up towards Marriott. He was beaten to it by John. Smart. Partington. Hill able to turn. Done well there, Hill, and he's found Michael Green. Green going on the outside, and Ajiboye stuck to his individual task. He's behind.
Yeah, he's had to do a lot of defending, particularly in the second half. Michael Green, good to see him get forward. Draws the corner.
He's joined Eastleigh way back in 2009, Michael Green. And who's in the corner here. We all know what a threat Barnett is in these sort of situations, and Boyce and Bird are up from the back as well. Jack Payne will take it. That'll be another corner. Centre halves have stayed forward. It's Rowe who's been detailed to keep a close eye on Barnett as he follows the forwards' every move here. Just over 20 minutes to go. Barnett is beaten in the air by Bouguil. Great head of that by Sutton's number 9, Payne. Off goes Adjiboy. Flying winger on his way. A great challenge that by Miley, albeit at the expense of a corner.
Fantastic work from Miley. Misses him on the first challenge but doesn't give up. Tracks him all the way back, and it's a wonderfully timed tackle for a Sutton corner. Works really hard against the ball, Eastleigh, coming to this last 20 minutes.
Still plenty of time for Sutton to turn this around. 20 to go. Adjiboy pulls it across. Fired back in by Milsom and came off Barnett for a corner. Both sets of players working exceptionally hard out there. You can see what it means to them, this battle for promotion in the National League. Sutton in a hurry here, understandably, as into the box it goes, and yet again it's Barnett. For Eastleigh. Trip on Adjiboy. Foul by the goal scorer Marriott, and this a great chance for them to stem one into the box.
Yeah, it's a cheap free kick there. Adam Marriott, as I said, not played a lot of football. I'm sure Ben Strevens will be thinking about freshening it up. Maybe Dan Smith coming on for him just to give him the outlet. A difference at the minute.
Milsom with his excellent left boot, who will take this for the use. Can they find an equaliser? Stooped to head that, and it's behind for the corner. Came off Michael Green. Beautyman to take it this time. It's gone all the way through.
That man once again, Tyrone Barnett. He's not marking, he's just been told to stay in the middle of that goal and go and attack the ball.
Bit of concerted pressure this from Sutton. Is there going to be a goal for them, an equaliser for them at the end of it? Wilson maybe just didn't get the elevation required there, dealt with at the near post. Forward it goes from Joe Partington. Louis John is in his second spell now with the use. There's the dressing room DJ, apparently, for Sutton, the man who's just put his head on that. I think I said earlier that they're club anthem at the moment, the players' anthem anyway, is Freed from Desire, which they play after every game that they win. Still trailing here. Another change about to be made, though. Rhys Brown to come on then, signed from Wealdstone in January, left Port Vale by mutual consent, and the last season will replace Olafe here. Football League experience, the likes of Yeovil and Grimsby, was with Charlton as a youngster, Rhys Brown.
Yeah, I can understand why Matt Gray's made the change and said Olafe's really struggled in this second half to make any impact on the game.
Payne's ball in, and the header is comfortably wide in the end. Just kept in play actually by Bouzanis. Green looking for Marriott, as out comes Bouzanis again here. Well, what a big day it is tomorrow for Chelsea's women. They go to Germany for the first leg of their Champions League semi-final against Bayern, who are the current German league leaders. Should be a fantastic game that tomorrow from 3:30 on 2. And don't forget as well, tomorrow we have another live Premier League game, a West Midlands derby, Villa against relegation-threatened West Brom. Should also remind you that we have the National League highlights programme with Adam Virgo and Matt Smith to come tonight after our live game. No doubt the likes of Dave Challoner and Gary Johnson will be looking on at this game today. We'll be hoping for drop points from Sutton. Eastleigh doing them a favour at the moment. Stockport might well consider themselves, albeit as outsiders in the title race. Sutton looking for an equaliser here. Boy was arriving at the back post. The cross never came over. Well, the substitute Brown insisting that should be a corner.
Yeah, it's a really good recovery run from Andrew Boyce. Like Brown had got the beating of him, but tracked him all the way. You see that change for Eastleigh.
I have to say, I'm surprised that he's been taken off. Tyrone Barnett, it's been so important at both ends of the pitch, particularly defending set pieces, but it's Dan Smith who's been brought on to replace him. He scored 28 goals in 38 games in the 7th tier last season, signed from Bognor Regis in July. That's a big call, isn't it, to take off Barnett?
Yeah, listen, we know it's his first game back and we know how important he's going to be for this run-in. With 15 minutes to go, he's been so important, particularly defending corners and set pieces. He's won every header, literally, and it's a big call from Shrevs.
Well, the scores from today. There's been some significant ones as well. Notts County in the playoff places with seconds to go in their game at Torquay, and now down to 9th. That's how tight it is in the National League. 2-2 that one finished. A result that took Torquay top, but they might stay there as it stands. Wrexham and Chesterfield drew 0-0. Barnet came from 2 down to win 3-2. It's been a great start for Simon Bassey, hasn't it, at the Hive? Stockport 3-0 winners at Boreham Wood. Ash Palmer, John Rooney and Alex Reid with the goals there. Well, as it stands, his side passing up an opportunity to go to the top of the pile. See, if they could turn this around, would go 2 points clear.
Like I said before the game, I think he would have taken a point. This is a tough place to come. I think he'll be a little bit disappointed. The first 5 minutes of this second half, they came out of the traps, and since then, I think Eastleigh have been fairly comfortable. And I can't recall Joe McDonald having to make a save really in this second half.
Marriott. Smart. Just 4 wins for Eastleigh in their last 14 league games. All those victories have been by 1-0 scorelines, as he'll know well. They haven't won a National League game in which they've conceded since beating Hartlepool 2-1 on the 16th of February. But is it going to be 1-0 to the Spitfires again today?
You can see both managers pacing around those technical areas. It's a huge game for both clubs, we know that. Was it 11 minutes plus injury time to go? It's huge for both clubs.
Hill and Smart. Dispossessed by Brown. Sliding in was Miley. Both these clubs in the hunt for Football League promotion both have supporters who've certainly had to be patient, to put it mildly, in that respect. Neither has ever played in the EFL. Boyce won his header. Eastman's player caught there by Miley. That's 2 in the space of a minute for Miley. No surprise to see the yellow card produced.
Yeah, he looks favourite there, Miley, doesn't he? Eastman just pokes the ball just ahead of him. I'm sure this is quite in shooting range, but it's a dangerous position.
Well, we saw Milsom score a lovely free kick away against Altrincham last weekend. This one's a lot further out. But as you say, Kevin, it is probably just about within range. Eastman's showing an interest in it as well.
Yeah, I'd expect this to be Milsom. As I say, last weekend's goal, right on the edge of the 18-yard box. This one a lot further back, but he'll be confident. Is Eastman going to pull rank?
Into the final 10 minutes we go then at the Silver Lake Stadium. Big 10 minutes in the title race. Eastman has a go, but off target.
Yeah, see, slow run up there, just trying to get it up and down. Disappointed in the end.
Frustrating afternoon so far for that man.
Yeah, it's not all about the 3 points just at this stage. It's about the dressing room, the momentum, the belief. It's going to be huge. As I say, it's really crucial. Final 9 minutes or so now for both these clubs. You know, Eastleigh have drawn a lot this season, but if they can hang on to this, wow, what a boost for the squad and Ben Strevens and the club.
Well, it would take them to within a point of the playoff places as well. Beautyman, not quite at the level of influence we ordinarily see today, Beautyman. Martin's cross misjudged. Certainly comparisons with last season suggest that both these sides are very much heading in the right direction. The fact that both head coaches have recently been given new contracts points to that as well. Eastleigh 8 points up compared to this stage of the previous campaign when they were 18th. Sutton an incredible 24 points better off. They were 14th at this stage of the previous campaign. But having worked so hard to get into such a good position, they really would kick themselves forever and a day if they didn't go on to make sure of promotion.
Yeah, like I say, there's going to be lots of twists and turns. You look at the running, they've got winnable games coming up, but I say that confidence just starts to ebb away a little bit, and the other teams picking up results and late equalisers, late winners. All has an effect on everybody.
So Barden it is who makes way. And Simpson, a replacement, signed from Dover in October. Not much has dropped for Bouguil since he came on. Such an important 10 minutes or so if we include the inevitable added time. Can Sutton find a way past Joe McDonnell? Ben Strevens hoping his players can hold on for what would be a huge 3 points in the race for the playoffs for them.
Yeah, he's in deep conversation there with his assistant, Jason. At the minute, everything's working for them. Look very comfortable. You think Sutton will get a chance?
Bouguil to strike it! Really got hold of that, Omar Bouguil.
Right on cue. Again, we talk about those first contacts. This one just falls kindly for him. Sits nicely. Not too far away. Had the goalkeeper scrambling.
Could do with the goal, Omar Bouguil. He hasn't scored in the National League since the 21st of November. 22 National League matches he's got. Does offer more than just goals to the side, though. Very hard-working. Brings others into play. He's willing to run the channels. Payne with the ball forwards. Seemed to be a push there by Dan Smith. Now foul by Bouguil. Towards the skipper Eastman along with Bouguil.
He's had a good game, hasn't he? James Durkin. Let them play, let the game flow.
Eastleigh's only 2 wins in their last 7 league games have both been away from home, both by 1-0 scorelines at Maidenhead and Notts County. Now they need a result at the Silver Lake. Their results picked up at home, it would help massively in their push for the playoffs. Remember, they're looking to seal back-to-back wins for the first time since February here. Momentum has been very difficult for them to find. They've been so inconsistent. Edging closer to back-to-back wins.
I think Strev touched on it himself, didn't he? He seems to be able to get the performances from the players out of the big teams, and this would be an amazing result. The belief that it could bring to Eastleigh going into those remaining 7 games or so could be huge.
Smart, who's got Smith in the box and Hill in the box. Partington, Smart. Flip from Hill didn't work. Partington. Hill again. Certainly Sutton's title challenge has really surprised a lot of people this season, perhaps even their own supporters. It really would be a remarkable achievement if they could win the title. A group of players who aren't even full-time, they train 3 mornings a week, or twice if they have a midweek game. Think about some of the resources and size of clubs that they're up against, big ex-football league clubs. It's quite incredible what Sutton are doing, but it's now about getting over the finishing line as Adjiboy goes down but gets nothing from the referee, James Durkin. Huge week ahead in the Champions League. 2 semi-finals, both of which have English clubs in them. Real Madrid against Chelsea Tuesday from 7 on 2. And then we also have PSG against Manchester City the following night. 2 huge games, not to be missed games. There's a change made here by Ben Strevens. Welcome return to action here for Alex Winter, who hasn't played since the reverse fixture. A 3-0 loss for Eastleigh back in January. He's been out injured. We're glad to have him back. Could be an important player between now and the end of the season. Smart, the man who's gone off. 2 minutes to go then. Eastleigh edging closer. Be quite the way for him to celebrate his new contract that he signed this week.
Yeah, it looks like a little bit of a shuffle. Winter will drop into that right centre half position. Partington over to that right-hand side. Just trying to shore things up now. About the game management, of course.
Eastman. Beautyman. Run here by Simpson, trapped by Green. Well, both sets of players appealed. It's gone Eastleigh's way.
It's been a frustrating half for them, hasn't it? Sutton not got any change whatsoever out of Eastleigh. Just approaching those final few seconds of the 90.
He was asked to sum up how most people would think of Sutton, Matt Gray, and he said a traditional cup team, a decent non-league side with funny kit colours. Not an attractive kit, he said. Nothing about us is attractive, not even the manager, said Matt Gray of himself. But he would take a scrappy goal now, wouldn't he, if it meant a point. Take anything, really. It's a huge few minutes ahead here. Well, a minimum of 4 minutes added time for Sutton to find an equaliser. And for Eastleigh to try and close this out. Adjiboy riding the challenge. He's got Simpson to his right. Adjiboy's overrun it. It's a real waste there.
Again, just poor decision making. He just needs to slow down, use the runner Simpson, slide him in and get a decent ball in the box. But that's a Michael Green in there. Been outstanding so far. 3.5 minutes to go.
I think we really have seen today why Eastleigh have the best defensive home record in the division. They've only conceded 12 times at home all season in 17 games. Barnett's been a big part of that.
Yeah, I think if it stays like this, give Eastleigh a lot of credit. But for me, Sutton, they've not asked enough questions. There's been no plan B. And they've really come up short in this second half, particularly.
How would you be, Kevin, from a Sutton perspective, if they do go on to take nothing from this, when you consider that it would now be 1 win in 6 games, albeit 3 of those draws?
Well, it all comes into man management if it does stay like this. It's not the right time of the season to be having a dip in form. And Matt spoke really well before the game. Tough away games, you know, picked up points. And another tough away game here. Looks like they're going to go away with nothing, but it's about, you know, the messages that they'll be sending the staff. Keep believing in what we've done all season. It's in their hand. They've got 2 games in hand. That's the message that they'll have to keep putting along to these players. But it's also the lift it's going to give to the other teams, you know, Hartlepool, Torquay, the chasing pack, Stockport.
The other thing that's a concern, albeit they put 4 past Alty, they didn't score in 3 games prior to that, and if it's another blank today, they've failed to score in 4 or 5 games. But anyway, that was over the top from Simpson. Let's get Kevin's man of the match.
Yeah, it's that man in picture there. I think he's been outstanding, coming back into the team for his first start, and I think both ends of the pitch. He's a big personality in there. Look at him, he's happy, he's smiling, and he's had an outstanding game.
And I think his teammates are taking the mick out of him for the attention from the camera as well. Eastleigh host Notts County next before a tough-looking trip to another one of the title challengers, Torquay. Sutton have back-to-back home games to come after this against Barnet and Notts County. A rather rejuvenated Barnet, Kevin. They're a very different proposition to what they were maybe a month or so ago.
Yeah, exactly. Listen, pressure's on, we know that. And for Eastleigh, big games coming up. They'd have probably taken 3 or 4 points. Notts County, isn't it, and Torquay, so It's a great start to that run of games for Eastleigh as well. Probably the last throw of the dice now.
Long it goes from Simpson, and it's been allowed to bounce, and the goalkeeper then was decisive, Joe McDonnell.
Yeah, again, not much to do in this second half. Pulled off a outstanding save in that first half. Came out again brave when he injured Ben House as well.
Final seconds then at the Silver Lake Stadium. Smith looks to hold it up and get a free kick, and he has. But that's it. It's back-to-back wins for Eastleigh for the first time since February. What a way for Ben Strevens to celebrate the new contract that he signed this week. A huge step in the right direction for the Spitfires in terms of their playoff ambitions. The only goal scored by Adam Marriott, an arrival from Kings Lynn earlier this month. His first goal for the club proves to be a decisive one. Sutton far from their best today. They suffer only their third away defeat in the league this season, and they pass up on an opportunity to go to the top of the table, where Torquay for now remain. Your final thoughts, Kevin Davis?
Yeah, I thought it was an outstanding defensive display. Adam Marriott there with a decisive touch, a wonderful finish. We always knew it was going to be a tight game, and they defended really well. Disappointing for Matt Gray and his team. They have to move on and pick themselves up.
Thank you, Kevin. Full time then at the Silver Lake Stadium. Big result for Eastleigh. Eastleigh 1, Sutton United 0.
Yeah, excellent win, obviously, for Ben Strevens and Eastleigh. Sutton, as they walk off behind us, frustrated, irritated, probably perhaps half aware that there was a whiff of controversy about what turned out to be the winning goal. But frankly, Eastleigh were the better team here. Managed the game very well in the second half. You can see it's exactly, Adam Summerton says in commentary, why they are very hard to score against. 2 big wins on the spin for Eastleigh, which definitely keeps them right in the mix for the playoffs. Sutton, I'm sure, will come again. That will be a bitter pill. There's the story of the day. Aldershot's win over Wealdstone gives them an outside chance of the playoffs. Barnet have definitely improved under Simon Bassey. A win for them at Altrincham today. Big win for Stockport at Boreham Wood to maintain their chances of a top 3 or 4 finish, if not top spot itself. Bromley have improved significantly in recent weeks under Andy Woodman in terms of results. They've won at Halifax, both those teams in and around the playoff places. Dagenham have won at Kings Lynn. Maidenhead winning against Woking, with 2 more for Orsi Dodomo, some week for him. Solihull, a big win over Yeovil. Notts County and Torquay, what a game. Torquay with a 98-minute equaliser, went down to 10 men, put them top, and they stay there, but it is very, very tight, as we'll see in a moment. No goals, Wrexham and Chesterfield, another 2 teams right in the mix for a top 7 finish. So that's how it looks. Torquay top once again, level on points with Hartlepool, having played a game less, and you can see Sutton in third, now with 1 in hand on Torquay, 2 on Hartlepool, but it's awfully, awfully tight, as it is for the playoff spots. As you can see, Wrexham making up the top 7 with Bromley into 6th, but you can see Chesterfield, Notts County, Eastleigh now, Aldershot I've mentioned, and Maidenhead all within touching distance of a playoff place, and of course Maidenhead with a number of games in hand. Don't forget, next Saturday we've got more from 2 teams right in the mix. We're back at Victoria Park in the northeast for Hartlepool against Chesterfield. That's next Saturday from 5 p.m. on BT Sport 1. Right, let's start to get some reaction here at the Silver Lake. Adam Marriott, the score of the winner, is with Jeff Brazier.
Adam, that was a goal worthy of winning any game, wasn't it?
Yeah, to be fair, it was a good passing move. Created the opportunity quite nicely, and we had a few good passing movements, and yeah, lucky enough I was there to finish it off at the end.
You had a chance to finish the game off in the second half. What happened when the ball come across and you wasn't quite able to steer it in the net?
Yeah, I think my legs were gone, to be honest. Yeah, no, I should have scored. I put pressure on myself to score goals, so pleased with 1, but yeah, probably should have had another.
Is the pressure to score goals because you've actually scored a goal against Eastleigh? You scored a goal when Kings Lynn came here and beat them at home.
Yeah, I've done all right here, to be fair, this season. Got a penalty earlier on in the season, and yeah, I think that's 7 for me now, so hopefully I can get a few more.
So you obviously got a move from Kings Lynn. I mean, what was it like being firstly furloughed and secondly being told that you're actually now going to be involved in a playoff push?
Yeah, it was obviously tough to be told I was furloughed. A lot of training on my own every day, and going over the park on your own is tough to keep motivated. But I kept the faith, and hopefully I hope someone would come in for me, and lucky enough Eastleigh did, and hopefully I can repay him now.
For your new team, they always typically do very well against the top 7 sides, but a win like that today against title hopeful Sutton, that should give a lot of belief and confidence.
Yeah, definitely. Obviously, we got a good win against Notts County a few days ago, and we were confident coming into the game. We've got a lot of good players here, good young players, and that will give us even more confidence. They're obviously up there for a reason. They've won a lot of games this year, and they're a good team. So hopefully, we can get a few more wins.
And how easy has it been to link up with fellow strike partner Ben House? Obviously, difficult injury for him today. Can you give us an update on what happened there?
Yeah, I'm not too sure, to be honest. He's done great for Eastleigh though this season, and if he's out for a long time, it'll be a big miss. But hopefully he'll recover well, and we'll go again.
Good luck with the playoff push.
Nice one. Cheers.
Terrific win for Eastleigh, and Adam Marriott obviously may well become ever more pivotal if Ben House is to miss a couple of games. Adam Virgo alongside me. Listen, Sutton obviously have been a tremendous force this season and may yet be title winners, but that's 1 win in 6, and in fact they've not scored in 4 of the last 5, just stumbling at the wrong time at the moment.
Yeah, a little bit, and that to me just comes down to pressure and trying to chase up those games in hand that they've certainly got. It just seemed to me they ran out of ideas in the second half, and you've got to give credit to Eastleigh that defensively I thought their shape without the ball was excellent, and we know that Sutton can score goals, and I thought it was a real disciplined performance. It's 2 clean sheets now in a row, one against Sutton, one against Notts County. Shows how far they've come under him. I think a game last year they may have conceded 2 in the second half, but I think the experience that they've got now with Marriott up front makes a big difference. Barnett as well, Holland still to come back in. It was a good performance.
Yeah, and a goal in its creation worthy of winning a game, wouldn't you say?
Yeah, I mean they just reacted well, and Sutton, it was an offside if we see it in the replay.
Yeah,
but you still got to react to it, and I think that it was one of those balls that should have been cut down a lot quicker. Great little cutback. You don't hit that back first time, then Marriott's not going to get that opportunity. And I think it was the right signing for them, because I think they lost Ben Williamson to Bromley, and they needed a bit more help up there if House got injured or if Barnett got injured. And Marriott comes in. His fitness is always going to be key. As he said, second half he tired a little bit, but the experience and the quality that he shows in the 18-yard box could be absolutely vital.
Yeah, there is no doubt, as we saw there in the replays, that Tyrone Barnett, beg your pardon, was offside in the build-up, and they were unhappy about that, Sutton, and probably still are. But for all of the huff and puff, Sutton's best chances came in the first half. They didn't really mount much in the second half. Bouguil put himself about, but didn't create enough.
No, and I think when Matt looks over the 90 minutes, it was in both boxes, which was the difference of why they lost the game. I just felt that Ajiboye in the first half in particular showed great place and great quality, and then second half didn't really get into the game as much. Tried to bring on Bouguil to try and change it up a little bit, but didn't hit the target enough for me in the second half. Didn't have enough control in the final third, and that was a worrying sign for me.
Listen, obviously we'll hear from the managers, I'm sure, in the highlights, if not in the next couple of minutes that we've got left. But listen, Eastleigh, we should talk about them. They are definite playoff contenders. Sutton obviously will hope to finish top of the 3 that are vying, but Eastleigh are in there.
Yeah, they just need to go on a little run now of wins, because they kind of win one, then draw, loss, and now they've got to go on a little win run. Yeah, we kind of hear from Ben Strevens, the Eastleigh boss. He's waiting to talk to Jeff.
Ben, what did you make of the performance today? Another victory against another top 7 side.
Yeah, look, it was a real competitive, hard game of football. They're in the position they are in because of that. So we had to stand up against it, and I thought we started really well. Had a couple of chances that didn't go away, and then they sort of grew into that first half as well, and they was getting on top of us a little bit. And then just a good bit of play by the boys, a good counter attack on them, got us the goal. And then second half it was about a bit of game management, seeing the game out. But it was really tough in the second half as well.
And I bet you're glad that you brought Adam Marriott in.
Yeah, look, he's a good player, and a real good person as well. He's fitted into the group really well. Seen his finishing the last couple of years, and obviously the start of this season as well. And he actually scored against us for Kings Lynn, so I think he owed us that one today. But it was a nice finish, topping off a team move.
Good luck with your playoff push. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Cheers, guys. Thank you. All good, yeah.
Yeah, we'll hear from Matt Gray in the highlight show, which follows shortly over on 2. In fact, we've got quite an evening ahead of us on BT Sport. Following us here on One Live Boxing, including the showdown between Denzel Bentley and Felix Cash. We'll hop over to BT 2, as I say, to bring you all of today's action in the National League highlights. And then later on, we'll be in Florida for UFC 261. Chelsea then take on Bayern Munich in the Women's Champions League from 3:30 tomorrow. And there's also more from the Premier League tomorrow evening with Aston Villa taking on West Brom. course, Vergs only comes out when the weather's nice, so thank you very much as always to Adam, but he goes nowhere, nor do I. Over on 2, we've got all of the roundup from the highlights of today's action in the Vanarama National League, but a big win for Eastleigh here and a stumbling block for Sutton. Thanks for your company. See you next time.